I'm almost 19 years old girl, and if I'm being honest, I don't have any social life because I don't have any big group of friends, any spontaneous plans, or someone who's constantly texting me to go out. And for a long time, I thought that there was something wrong with me, and I started to normalize this kind of life. And growing up, I've always had my twin sister who was always by my side because we shared the same we went to the same school, the same class, and of course we had to share our the only friend that we had, and eventually our routines started became the same more or less. And since we were so used to our own little world, I really failed to make to build one another life outside of it. So if we talk about my family, it was not like we were not that type of family that where we used to go every weekend to to have fun, to go somewhere, because my parents were almost working every single day, because since they have really busy schedules. And for my sisters and my life, it was like mostly, especially in my case, it was work, school, and home, and always repeating, always in the same loop. Without realizing it, that became my comfort zone. So then when I turned like maybe 14 and 15, I had my first phone, and of course I got to know about these social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube. So it was obvious that I used to scroll a lot, watching reels, checking out other stories and posts, and I used to wonder like how these people have that kind of life, that kind of perfect teenage life, and I was wondering what am I missing out. So for me, their life was like straight out of a movie, because those little things like going on parties, going on road trips, going on vacations, traveling, it was like a really big deal for me, because I was never at that type of situations where I used to live very like where I used to be very happy with my life, because I started normalizing being at home. So at the same time, as I got older, I realized something, and it's that I never actually wanted to be the popular girl, because when we talk about popular students on our school, on our high schools, so we also always related with mean people, someone who wants attention, and someone who's not, who's not good at studies. And I think that this is, it's not only just in movies, but it happens in real life as well. So for me, I just never want to be like other people, that I rather be with someone, with a small group of people who challenge me, inspire me, who grow with me, and have that intellectual mindset. It's people who actually want to learn something, and they share the same things that I like and as me. So I would rather had that small circle that having those are the friendships that don't mean anything for me. So that's why I always used to stay away from the people, from students in my class, some classmates, because I just don't get that vibe. So another thing that I realized of being alone is that being alone and feeling lonely aren't the same things. I agree that having no social life, it can be one of the most depressing things that can happen to you, because we as humans, we always we always need each other, like humans need each other. So, and that's, I think that's a beautiful thing to say. But at the same time, I also feel like this is a gut feeling that I have, and I think that people like me, or someone who's watching this video, it is for a reason, and someone who feels the same way that it's because we always associate ourselves as weird people or uncommon people, because we think that our life does not fit with others lifestyle. And for me, just the fact that you can resonate with me in this time, in this in these situations, it's just because we are meant for something bigger. If you're if you're in that phase of your life when you're put alone, you're doing yourselves by you're doing your things by yourself, you're not relying on someone, you're not attached to someone. It's this is You should take advantage of that, because I will take this as a sign, like this gives you and allows you the time, and well, it gives me something I might not have found otherwise, and it is that I have the time to understand who I am, what I want in life, the kind of lifestyle that I'm trying to build, my choices, my priorities, and also the fact that you're not attached to anyone and you're so busy in your life. It just gives you a really good advantage to discover yourself, to have that consciousness to understand what do you want for yourself, for your future self. And in my case, I've always wanted to be known, like famous type of. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to be popular girl in the school or in the room, like always grabbing the attention. I just want to be known for creating something meaningful, something powerful. So maybe my life right now doesn't look like everyone else's life right now, and maybe yours doesn't either. But that's okay, because I would rather spend my entire life building a life that where I attract the right people than chasing a life that was never meant for me. So if you're watching this video, I just want to let you know that this that being lonely or feeling alone, it's not always a bad thing. I understand that it's okay to to have conversations with other people, because I love having conversations, especially when those conversations are meaningful and you actually learn something about someone. But apart from that, I think that being the fact that you don't have any friends, you should take it as an advantage to discover your life, to discover your priorities, your do's and your don'ts, and to understand the kind of people that you want to attract in your life.